With all the innovations we have seen in the last few decades, Elon Musk and his companies have brought some of the most innovative methods in space exploration and on-road transportation. But it might not be just space and Earth the billionaire genius may be gazing on. It is also on the empire of the sky. The world of aviation has been the least progressive in the past few decades, but that's not because human beings could not come up with better alternatives. It's just because the alternatives would have unparalleled effects on either its financing or environmental sustainability. But could that be answered with electricity? How does Tesla plan to develop one of its most ambitious projects to take flights to the next level? Unlike the automotive and interplanetary ambitions of Musk, we have limited knowledge of what to expect from the Tesla plane. So we will try to break down the video into 5 parts. Does Tesla have plans for the aviation industry? Will it be better than a conventional plane? The problems an electric plane needs to overcome. The solutions, and what to expect from it. If you are new to our channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Also, we have kept some bonus fact about the Tesla plane at the end of this video, so make sure you watch all the way through. Tesla is forward with its on-road transportation. You can find thousands of videos and leaks about the innovations with their on-road EVs, but a Tesla plane seems like something that would take so much time that it's not worth waiting for. Contradictory to this, Elon Musk has himself stated that he is thinking about producing an efficient electric plane. Take a look at this interview where you can hear it from the horse's mouth. A better design? Probably I think it is. We've talked about this. No, I have talked to friends. Friends, and I'm your friend, girlfriend, and you can tell me, haha, chuckles, what you've got, what's going on. The exciting thing to do would be some sort of electric vertical takeoff and landing supersonic jet or some kind. Vertical takeoff and landing means no need for a runway. Just shoot up, straight in the air. Yeah. What we can take from this information is that Elon has repeatedly stated his idea for the plane would be VTOL, or simply put, a craft that can take off vertically. He also confirmed plans to make it a supersonic jet as observed from his interviews. But just looking on the bright side is not enough to state how well it can perform. Looking into the huge problems and developments needed for the project is yet another indication that Tesla is seriously considering this project. Elon states the challenges they face for a Tesla plane are not just economical problems, but barriers of efficiency and resources. It's an entirely different regulatory regime. And, like there aren't any car companies that are also aircraft companies. I think it's incredibly hard to bring an aircraft production and meet all the regulatory requirements worldwide where it's a very difficult thing. We would have to not do a bunch of other things. It's not like there's a ton of unallocated resources at Tesla like, oh, what should we do? No. It's like a constant resource starvation. It's incredibly difficult to find the right talent, integrate them into an organization, and have them work effectively. It's not a money thing especially. There's just a fundamental limitation on exceptional engineers. Although Tesla is going for a full-capacity plane, there have been multiple studies and patents presented by car manufacturing companies like Tesla and Hyundai for prototypes of cars that could carry 3 to 4 people through the air. Since there are companies other than Tesla investing in such technologies, it would bring the needed competition for Tesla to present their best results quickly. We have problems with our current planes, not lack of innovation, but lack of practicality and expense. Take the Concorde, for example. When it came out in the 80s, it could do a New York to London flight in just 3.5 hours. But even though this was practical, it had countless problems, especially with fuel pricing and the damage it could do to the ozone layer. It was twice as fast as the speed of sound, which made it considerably noisy and required extra care for takeoffs and landings. The flights were soon stopped because of these problems, and we seem to have hit the limit in aviation unless we try electric planes. Electric planes run on batteries and could be much cheaper to operate, with reduced manufacturing costs and without the ridiculously high maintenance costs of traditional planes. According to Musk, he also plans to make takeoffs more efficient by limiting runway distance. If the plane could produce upward thrust that can then be redirected as forward thrust for movement, the flight could practically take off like a drone. Since the upward thrust could be divided among multiple propellers, it could limit noise production during takeoff. This is practically possible as the estimated power needed for aircraft takeoff would be just 400 watt-hours per kilogram. Tesla is working on improving battery capacity. For compelling aircraft, you only really need about 400 watt-hours per kilogram. If your percentage of the cell mass on the aircraft is high, it doesn't need to be anywhere near as high as it is on a rocket, but if it's sort of at the 70% level at 400 watts per kilogram, you can do a very decent range. Unlike conventional planes, the Tesla plane would be supersonic without current problems, meaning transportation would be much faster and could reduce travel time by approximately 50%. When discussing Tesla planes, we can't ignore the challenges ahead. The biggest problem would be the battery, something Elon Musk has often cited as a major barrier. While batteries are powerful, they can only store limited energy. Unlike fuel, which can be quickly transported and transferred, this isn't possible with electricity. Tesla is working on improving battery capacities, and according to Musk, more efficient batteries might be possible within a few years. Then there's the fact that flights can't have pit stops. Even with a full battery in your Tesla car, you might need to stop on a cross-country trip. Now imagine flying hundreds of feet over nations without recharging. Fortunately, multiple companies are working on making batteries more efficient without increasing size. However, battery capacity isn't the only issue. Safety is equally important. Fuel tanks have multiple safeguards, but electric planes lack sufficient research and certification for battery failure protocols. Regular battery inspections would be more expensive than checking fuel pipes in traditional planes. Conventional planes can dump fuel in emergencies to minimize explosion risks, but you can't simply dump a burning battery mid-flight. Most problems are solutions, and with time, humans develop efficient answers. The same can be expected from Tesla. Electric plane problems aren't insurmountable. We've already proven supersonic vertical takeoffs are possible, and electric planes can already travel limited distances at low speeds. This skepticism sounds familiar. People said similar things about early electric cars being slow with limited range, until Tesla revolutionized the industry. The same transformation could happen with planes. Musk plans to combine Tesla's resources with SpaceX's aerospace engineers, creating a unique knowledge base for electric planes. He has also stated that flying car prototypes could be practical. Moreover, battery technology is advancing daily across all industries. Once battery issues are solved, it's just a matter of testing and certification before we see electric planes. Consider computer evolution, massive, low-power machines in the 80s versus today's sleek, powerful laptops. Batteries will follow the same progression. Tesla is also exploring alternative power sources like solar panels for mid-flight charging, which could serve as backup power like reserve fuel tanks. While this would require highly efficient solar technology, it's theoretically achievable. Solutions aren't just coming from Tesla. Environmental advocates are also driving progress. There's funding and open-source research into electric planes, with industry leaders like Ampere's CEO Kevin Nurka stating, "We need to make changes to the industry, and electrification is one of the big trends that will hopefully reduce that burden." Estimating a timeline for Tesla's electric plane is difficult, but based on technological progress and Musk's interest, we can project a rough schedule. Research suggests we might see advanced batteries within 3 to 4 years. If Tesla begins blueprints then, it would take 2 to 3 years for testing and research to develop a working model. Certification would add another 1 to 2 years, plus potentially a year for new electric aviation protocols. In total, we're likely looking at about 8 more years before seeing supersonic electric planes in the sky. We can expect these planes to have large passenger cargo capacities and high efficiency, with likely government support similar to NASA's partnership with SpaceX. This could make aviation more efficient and affordable, though initially prices may remain high as Tesla recoups R&D costs. Did you enjoy our video? Would you try the Tesla plane when it launches? Let us know in the comments. For more EV content, subscribe and check out our other videos appearing on your screen now. We'll see you next time. Goodbye.